Made it. I'm really supposed to be working on these videos, but I'm not. I have a whole bunch of new photos. I've got so much on my desktop. Hmm. Hmm. What am I doing? Hi, Cold. Hi, Henry. I am. Hey, I'm wearing this silly costume. Like I said I would. Okay, it's enough of that for a second. I'm no slouch. Alright, let's try this. Hi, Peyton. How's it going? Okay. How do you like my thumbnail? Hello. Hello, Gold Star Concessions. Wow. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Nice. Alright. So I got a different setup this time. I can watch it from my phone. I'm doing the front facing camera, which I didn't like because it makes everything backwards and weird. Hello. So, gonna put you on this computer so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. What I was doing is I made a bunch of videos. Jesse, oh, all right. Hi. Nice. Nice. I was setting up my Patreon because I don't know if I'm ever going to get monetized by YouTube. Probably never. Take forever. I have 622 subscribers, of which I much appreciate. But I think Patreon allows you to link your socials to that where people can support you and you can offer them free bonuses or bonuses per whatever they pay, and then I think you can set it up to be like nothing or $1 or $5 on up. Now I guess if I was offering a lot of stuff, you can ask for a lot of money, but I'm not really trying to do that. I'm just trying to set it up. Anyway, so here I am in my silly costume. You can see me. So this used to be my mom's costume. God rest her soul. But then I have a picture of my granddaughter, a video of her wearing it. It was hilarious because she was small, and that's adorable. Anyway, Patreon is what I am doing. Hi, Oak. I never settle. How you doing? I am the greatest pumpkin. I'm the great pumpkin. That's a Charlie Brown reference. And so, everybody needs to go to Patreon, and set up their Patreon. Now, I don't know what the payout is, but it's not 30%. YouTube doesn't, they steal. They just steal from you. Hi, Colt. Colt is an Oak saying hi to Oak. Okay, you love my costume. Do you like my thumbnail? It's pretty funny. It's pretty special. So we're setting up Patreon. I didn't get very far before I got waylaid. My daughter doesn't feel good, so I'm taking care of her. And when I said I needed an hour, I'm like, where is that costume? So I had to go find it. And of course it was in the garage. So it's my biggest melon yet. And because I'm an old lady, these are my drinks for tonight. I know it's backwards, but it's 20 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals because of my intestines and stuff. So I have to be gentle with them sometimes. I am supposed to go somewhere tomorrow, and I just do not need my intestines to act up. Please, Lord Jesus. Oh, hang on a second. Oh my god. I tried walking down the hall in this. I was knocking pictures off. It's kind of wide. Kind of wide side to side. Anywho's. I got this in the mail the other day. Hi, Mrs. Oak. So I can point at stuff. Watch this. Point at you. Hello. Or point to something over here. Like here's a bag. This is where I stored it. It was in this bag. The costume. In a box. Under many things. In the garage. This pretty big. And it's very big. Anyway. So there's my new pointer. I like I like that guy. There's a mechanic or no, he's an no, maybe he's a mechanic I don't know. Have you guys seen him? He's on YouTube somewhere, but he's got like a little red one of these little finger where he likes to point out things that are wrong or bad. He taps violently. Like instead of telling you what the problem is, he just points to it. Have you seen him? Yeah, okay. So I thought that was awesome. So I got one and they only came in white fingers, so I painted it orange. And they gave me an orange handle, which is cool, but they didn't do an orange finger, so I had to paint it myself. And I think it turned out pretty nice. So I'll save that for other silly times, I imagine, when I'm pointing at things. In the video, if I'm making a video and I'm trying to, because sometimes my hands just look at like absolute horseshit, and the skin isn't so pretty, when you get a close up. Like I'm doing those videos of the pumpkin seeds, and I'm up here and I'm like, ugh, ew, brother, ew, So it was bad. So I thought this would be funnier. All right, what do you think? So I am editing some videos on how to start the pumpkins, even though we did a live, but that's really long to sit there and expect people to scroll through and find the most important parts. So I'm going to do a breakout of maybe some shorts and then stitch the shorts together so it'll go step by step. Picking your seed, maybe preparing your seed, soaking your seed, preparing the soil for your seed, and then planting your seed. Mine are in the soil now and not germinated yet. So it's only been 2 days. But about day 3 or 4, they should be popping. And I'll make some more videos. But anyway, I gotta edit those. I got a silly appointment tomorrow and I really need to make it. And hopefully my intestines don't explode and I have a bad day. Yeah, sorry. It's just the way it is. Hit the like button. I could do this, but it doesn't make a noise. Does it make a noise? Tappity tap tap tap. Do it. Planted 4. What does that mean? Straight 8 cucumbers? Okay. 2 jalapenos. 2 beefsteak tomatoes. Oh, I have the San Marzinos this year too. Yes, and the Romas. Oh, the best tomatoes. Yeah. Hi, quack. Quack. Awesome. How do I grow pumpkins? Well, I grow not just your field pumpkins, which is like an everyday pumpkin. I grow giants. My biggest one was 789 pounds. So these are a genetic species different from field pumpkins. So what you have to do You should baby them and take good care of them. That means protect them from all critters and from wind. Wind is one of the worst things because pumpkin vines, I don't know if you know this, well they're so delicate. They are so breakable. It's crazy. So, I've had to invest quite a bit of money in bamboo stakes, and they will help protect them until they can get rooted. Yeah, and once they get rooted, don't need them as much, but it's still nice to keep the giant pumpkins will put up a leaf. I think I have a video on my channel where you can see the leaf is like almost 3 feet across. Can you imagine? 3 feet across. That's huge. That's just one leaf. And it'll have many leaves. So you want to make sure those leaves don't become like balloons and get blown back and forth, or, and that'll break the vine. That's no good. So I've been taught how to stake them with bamboo stakes so they don't get tossed and turned like that and twist up and break. So it sounds like a little thing, but it's kind of a big thing with these giant pumpkins. And you need some fertilizer, you need good sun, you need water on a regular basis. And that's hard for people who do not have the amount of water right now, like in the southern states. They are suffering with droughts and stuff. That's not good. But up here, we're drowning. I like it to dry out a little bit so I can get my plant. My little baby will be in 2 weeks, will be ready to be put into the ground. Can you imagine? So that's really fast. And I will have to go outside and dig in the dirt, and hopefully it won't be so saturated that it's just mud. So I will build a little hut out of PVC pipes, and plastic sheeting, and then I use a lot of those plastic clamps you can get anywhere, and build it a little structure to protect it from the wind and critters. And then within that structure, I will have, because it'll still be cold here, probably a little heater and probably a heating lamp. So it'll also, because we don't have our length of sun we have in the middle of summer yet. And if you lay that on the ground, it'll draw the vine to it, which is cool. So I learned that lesson because I used to put the lamp above the plant. And you don't want your plant to grow up. You want it to go across the ground like this. So, hey, and if you just got a bunch of seeds and you don't care about your lawn, and you can just plant some somewhere and just see what happens. Not the giants, but like a regular pumpkin. I This year I got some seeds from some people from our group, and one of them is like a black pumpkin. That'll be cool. Probably just a little tiny decorative pumpkin, and then I've got like a little mini white pumpkin. So I'm gonna grow those on a trellis, so not on the ground at all, which it means it only has one rooting point, so it's not going to be as awesome a grower if it was allowed to connect to the ground more. But still kind of fun, and they can, be protected from ground critters, so which is a problem. You like my pointer? It's awesome. You can screenshot that and use it against me later. I love my pointer. I'm ready to point it all out. Point what I'm up to. Let's see what I'm up to. Can we see what I'm up to? Oh no, we cannot. It's really hard to see. Really hard to see what I'm up to. So I'm trying to sign up for Patreon. But then I started going, you know what? I really need to start editing my video of let me just minimize this sucker of and then they're not loading. Like, dang it. I need you to load. And they do not want to load. I'm not really sure why. Please load. Okay. Okay. It'll load if I click on it. Like it won't give me a what do you call it? A oh, here they are now. Okay, now they're populating. Why do you have to be so much trouble? Near. Okay. Am I missing any? What are you talking about? Violent tapping. I agree. I need to do more violent tapping. I think that guy's hilarious. Let's see. Oh boy, I have a bunch of weird stuff on here, but I need to just grab. Oh, okay. What is this one? Is this the right one? No, that is not the right file. What are you doing? Oh no. Is it? Is that it? Oh, it is. Okay, so this is my file. It is getting a little crazy. Maybe I'll make a new file. Okay, that one's too full. Let's make a new folder. And we're gonna call it, what are we gonna call it? Hi, hunting and stuff. How's it going? You're number one. You're number one. We're gonna name it Pumpkin How To's. What do you think? Good? No good? Pumpkin How To. There we go. And that's where we're gonna put all of these videos that I need to edit. And it's probably gonna take 8 days to move them because they're kind of long. And I have to do a lot of editing because I don't want them to be that long. Giant pumpkin, how to? Yeah, for real. It's gonna go in another. The major file is called Giant Pumpkins. So these will be like my files within a folder. You're gonna get to see my grow room. That's swanky. And so I have a finished basement, which is great. It's great. Don't get me wrong. It's great, but it's warm, and I can't keep like my root vegetables, so I don't have like a root cellar, which is fine. But I can start seeds down there, but it's starting seeds is a little messy, and I didn't really want to make a mess in my laundry room, and I didn't want to make a mess in the basement area where we have our room, and then I have another room we call the cat room, and you know that I have 10 cats. Go ahead, judge me. I don't care. I have 10 cats, and they have their own room, and it's beautiful, and it's quite large. Takes up quite a bit of the basement. And then they have like a window where they can go outside into a catio, which is kind of cool that my husband and I put together, and they can let themselves in and out of the window. It's kind of cool. So we took a little bit of their room and we built like a false wall. And beyond that is my little grow room. So I got my fancy lights and my fancy shelves. And I have to haul water in there because there's no sink in there. And that's where the dirt is. My favorite color? What color could that be? Let me think. I love red. Red is my favorite color, but orange is my like second favorite color. And I sent over to Mrs. Oak. I sent her some seeds to grow those really beautiful marigolds. The I forget the name of them. Fire something. I don't know. Flame. I can't remember. She can tell you. I wrote it on there. They're so beautiful. They have all those colors. They have the red and the orange and a little yellow in there, so they look like they're on fire. Yeah, it's kind of a cool little room. When I'm in there, though, the cats try and get in, and I can't have them in there because they will destroy everything. They're like, go look at new potty boxes. No, no. And they'll eat my plants. No, I'm married. Um, he's sleeping, I hope. I try not to talk real loud so he doesn't wake up. He's a very light sleeper. I am a night owl. He is a early bird. And that's fine. Did I move that one video? It took all day. Let's move another one. I think I got smarter. I started off and they were really long. And then by the time I was over it, I think the videos got shorter and shorter. I don't have one of those fancy zippered grow rooms. I don't have that. And I don't need that. So I kind of like made my own out of, what do you call them, space blankets? Space blankets. I have been married. Where's my, how long have I been married for? I'm terrible at this. Let's see, this year is 2026. 28 years. Sorry. I'm so smart. I cannot math. I cannot math today because I have the dumb constant problem. I wish I could ride in that tractor, Colt. My little, is he a nephew? Second, twice removed? I don't know. But my husband's cousin's son, they found like a farm mall in the field, and that became his high school project to fix it up and run it. And then he did, and it was in it was at their prom, and I think it went in a couple of parades. I think he sold it, but it was really pretty. Did a really nice job on it. Now I think for a livelihood he works for an elevator company. They make elevators or install them or whatever. And this is boring. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get my pointer out. Let me do this properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 videos to download. It's gonna be a little bit. I'm probably not gonna get around to editing and much of this. Maybe I should just do a quick short and at least get it out there and then work on the rest of these. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. I should just set up my phone and just do a live while I'm out in the yard. I think I know now to not have it set on Wi-Fi because I think that messed everything up last year when I was trying to do a live, and it would just kind of like stop working some reason. I don't know. I think it was because it was saying, "Oh, I can feel the Wi-Fi. I can feel." No, I can't. Psych. I think that's what it was doing. Yeah, he does all right. I think he bought land as a kid. He just got married and they just had their first baby. Just exciting. I love babies. I never was really into babies, but I understand the fact that we're not replacing ourselves. We're not doing a good job of replacing ourselves, and they are importing a bunch of people to replace us. I want to see this. I try to see all the videos. Did I miss any? I try to comment because I know what YouTube likes is engagement. So anytime that you like a video or you even make one little comment on a video, um, they count that as engagement and that's good. And they're like, oh, people like this. Maybe we'll send it out to more people. So you want to always do that with somebody that you like or that you think that you want to help. This one is a long one, and I accidentally put it on the desktop. It missed my folder, so now I gotta move it from the desktop to my folder. And it wasn't so bad. Oh, which one was it? Okay. Excuse me. Move another one. Get in there, son of a gun. Okay. Are you going? Are you going? Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Hang on a sec. Do, 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 do. There we go. Free hands. Yummy good. I have the power. Get in there. Aggressive tapping. Is there any more new videos, Colt? And have you guys been watching? And did you subscribe to, is it the Williams Motorsports? What is the name of it? Critter told us to follow that he's got his emblem on their car. Did you follow him? Did you subscribe? They put out a lot of videos. I kind of like it. And their music is good too. Do you have any rules to follow to enter the pumpkin in the contest? So, good question. Very good question. Listen up. The Great Pumpkin Commonwealth. Let's find their website. Oh, here it is. Great Pumpkin Commonwealth. Come here. Come here. Come here. So here is the emblem that you were looking for. Violent tapping. They have rules, and we have to follow those. Click this. I'm going to get to the rules. Click to view new rules. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So it is very official, and they have to calibrate their scales, and they have to measure it, and they do a visual inspection. Your pumpkin cannot have any holes into the cavity. We test that as a giant pumpkin grower. We use zip ties. If you see a crack, like on your pumpkin, anywhere on its surface or near the blossom end or the stem end, you take your little zip tie and you gently poke and see if it goes through. And usually, giant pumpkins will have a rind that is like, I don't know, 8 inches, sometimes better. And at the blossom end, they can be much thinner, especially if they're younger. The older they get, usually the thicker the walls get. And it's not uniform. Just like humans, we're not uniform. So you take your little zip tie, and I don't think I have one around. Oh, I do. Hang on. Messed up my camera. Um, I had one stuck to my tripod. You get your little zip tie. Can you see it? Can you see it? Skinny little. Usually when they're new, they're very straight. This one has been used, so it's a little bent. But they're flexible, and they're not going to hurt your pumpkin. And still, yet they are very straight. Like you can test that crack and see if it will poke through. If it pokes through, you will be disqualified. Now, can you still go and show your pumpkin? Yes. Will it be eligible for a prize? No. But you can at least find out how much it weighs and enjoy the camaraderie. And it is great fun for the whole family. What else? You have to have it clean, you know. You grow your pumpkins outside usually, and that's where we keep the dirt usually. And you want to wash it off. Now you can't oil your pumpkin to make it shinier or prettier, doesn't matter. There's no well, there's one contest called the Howard Dill Award. That is for the prettiest orange pumpkin, and still just clean it. You can buff it up with a dry towel, but you can't use like oil and stuff. It's not okay. But make sure it's clean. Make sure it's clean because they will lift. We have to get you have to get the pumpkin there, so you have to pick it up, and then you have to put it in your truck or your trailer or whatever, and you have to get it there. And then they have to pick it up, and that's when they inspect the whole thing. But they'll inspect it while it's sitting there. But then when it's lifted to bring it to the scale, um, then they will re-inspect the bottom because the bottom that sits on the ground, and if you're a giant pumpkin grower, no, you do not let your pumpkin grow on the ground. You put something under it. And a lot of people use something called mill fabric or styrofoam, something very sturdy, something with drainage, but that keeps the critters from getting up under there because I have seen a couple of growers just be devastated with their 1,000, 1,500, 17, 18, 1,900 pound pumpkin thinking they're going to take that to the show and get it weighed and win a prize and sell it for a lot of money. And they lift it up and find out that there's mice living under there and they have chewed their way into the pumpkin or some such, and that's devastating. So, a lot of growers will use cayenne pepper to keep critters away from their pumpkin, or they'll use um, mouse traps or lots of other things to keep critters away, but definitely having it off the dirt. And I don't know if you know this, but dirt is not just dirty, but it's also has a lot of biological stuff in it, and some of it is, pathogens that are bad and will cause your pumpkin to rot, and you don't want that. So the best thing to do is just to keep it off the ground. I mean, the vine can root and grow and be fed from the soil, but the fruit actually is better to keep it safe from that dirty, dirty, dirty soil. I think most of the rules for all the things that they have contests for, like they have the exception of the Howard dill. They do want the Howard dill to be a pretty orange pumpkin and they want it to be symmetrical, which you would think would be good and natural, but it's not always. Then they do bushel gourds, field pumpkins, long gourds. Long gourds are hilarious. If you go to one of these shows, the way offs, they call them way offs, the long gourds are hilarious. They look like ginormous green beans. They're not, but that's what they look like. Then there's something called a marrow, and giant tomatoes, giant watermelons. I have no idea what this is. What's a virtual tomato? Well, that must be the one that they do over winter. Yeah, there's a big contest over winter for people. I could be wrong. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. Hmm. So maybe you have to like grow it indoors. I don't know. All right, Never Settle. Thank you so much for joining my pointed pointed conversation. I do appreciate you. Aggressive tapping. See ya. Have a good night. Take care. Later. I love it. I hope I don't lose it. It's got a handle. Hopefully, I won't lose it. I know how to get another one if I need to. I hope that helped. Bye. I was doing things, but I stopped. Let's minimize. Alright, what movie am I on? To like 7. Doing this so slow. Anyway, so I'm gonna up my game hopefully and get out and make more pumpkin content. Maybe just turn on a live, and I don't know if I'd be able to interact with anybody, but maybe I would just be working in the garden. Has anybody ever gone through all the lives just, scrolling, you're just scrolling on YouTube and watching lives? I don't know what it is, but my algorithm sends me to India, and I'm always seeing some young Indian lady or gentleman, and they look like they're very uninterested in interacting. They're either cooking or just sitting there looking bored. I don't get it. Do you guys get those? Is it just me? It's not the only ones, but I get a lot of African American YouTubers. I don't know what they're doing. I generally just flip through and then I'm like, oh, and the game playing too. They play games. It's very weird. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. So when I saw Critter, I was like, hold up. That I can appreciate. I didn't understand what anybody else was doing, and it wasn't entertaining to me. I didn't find value in it. And you know what? I have a couple of people who subscribe to me from India. That's whatever. Okay. Maybe they like the vegetables or they like the wild animals, so I do also, you know, the outback cameras. So you get to see the critters that I have in my backyard. That might be fun. Maybe they never see stuff like that. But there's a ton of channels that do that. Mhm. Okay. I am not the only one. Good. It's weird. Why does YouTube do that? Cuz guess what? I don't know. Have you ever done this? Has this ever happened to you? You're driving around and you see somebody with their phone, okay? And they're talking to it. They're like real animated. And I'm like, "Are you on YouTube? Are you a YouTuber?" And I want to stop and go, "What's your channel?" But I never do. And so I know there are some YouTubers, I think, or content creators in my neighborhood. I just don't know what their channel is. You ever seen that? Oh yeah, Brazil, for sure. Yeah. Guard dogs. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's ever seen me walking around in my backyard and said, "What is she doing?" Probably not, because I'm kind of middle of nowhere, which I like. What video am I up to? One, two, three, four, five. 13. Lucky number 13. Hi, Will. How's it going? How are you doing? Got my pumpkin pointer, and I'm pointing at all these videos. I'm taking them off my phone, you, and I'm putting them on the computer so I can edit them. I can do it on my phone, but I think it's a little easier doing it on the computer. Oh, yeah, and I'm also watching myself on TV. We'll do aggressive pointing tonight. No? And it's taking forever to upload these videos. That's interesting. Hunting. Huh. Wild. You just never know. I watch a farming channel, and he started off as a 21-year-old. Yeah, whose tagline was, "If you want to watch a 21-year-old farmer get things done," it was kind of fun. He's much older now, and the channel has changed a bit. And I was watching him today with my husband, and we were both like, "It's changed a lot." And he yells at the camera. And then somebody made a comment in the comment section about how he reminded them of Scotty Kilmer. And he's the guy who's like an older gentleman who I guess has a gruff voice because he's older, and I think maybe he's a smoker or something. And he's like, I never noticed, but I've watched that guy before and I find him to be entertaining. But he does, he also yells at the camera. Not a yeller. Really, Henry? Huh. I had to go in my settings and tell my live to not just save as private, to be published immediately. So you might have to change some settings. Click on it on your phone and tell it to go into edit and change some settings from private to public, or I don't know. That's usually what it is for me when it's getting hung up in processing. I don't know why it does that, but YouTube. I get to do another one. Oh, that was a quick one. Awesome. I think by the time I finished videotaping, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. What am I doing? So I might have got a little slap happy at the end. Yeah, he was live today. I finally caught him again. I was doing laundry. I just got done ironing shirts, or I needed to vacuum. I don't remember. I was doing household chores. All the chores. Moving videos. It's kind of boring. Okay, I'm sorry. It'll probably be all straight by the morning. I don't know why they act like that. This will work. I know. I remember I like started watching it on the TV on one of mine that I had done, and on my phone it said it was still processing, but I could watch it. So don't freak out. It might still be available. You can check. Give me a check. Okay, let me see. Let me check to see if your live is your latest live. Yeah, I can watch it. It's good. I think the processing makes it like a little higher resolution, so it'll like post not as a heavy resolution at first, and then when it's done processing, maybe it'll look a little nicer. My opinion on that, I don't know. Yeah, can you see it? There you are. Right there. Alright, I guess I should probably do more moving. Oh, taking forever. Taking forever. I got one, two, only two more left. Did I skip some? Or these are just shorter? These are just shorter. So like I said, the first couple ones are like 10 minutes long. They're too long. That's why I gotta do all that editing. But it's already 12:44. I don't want to be up all night. I have to go and go to the dentist tomorrow. You. I do not like going to the dentist. Oh no. Okay. Awesome. Is that it? Did I get them all? Gotta catch them all. I have like dental insurance, but I go so often because my teeth are just horrible that doesn't cover a lot. I mean, it's not long before they try to get the insurance to pay for it, but I end up just paying for it. Oh, copy of that. Oh, I need a copy of that. Oh, okay, I see where I messed up. Missed some videos. They're in between. Oh, gosh, what happened there? Um, this one. Yeah, I missed that one. Okay. I did watch him for a little while, and I'm thinking, how is he living in New York? Isn't that an expensive place to live? And how does he have any money? He seems a little unwell. Eh, This is another video I missed. Dang it. Why are these so out of order? Congratulations, Oak. I'm so excited for you. But look into Patreon. So I found out about Patreon when the great canceling started. So back in 2015 and 14, when things were good, like all the conservative content creators were yucking it up about the crazy left. And then candidate Trump was just announced his running, and all my conservative content creators were talking about it and how you know what he represented and all the details about his candidacy and the fact that they were giving him time and energy and information out that YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, which was Twitter at the time, were canceling anybody who was pro Trump. So people who had long standing channels and were making a living in their job as a content creator in a conservative atmosphere in politics and have been doing that for like the last 10 years or 5 years or however long it was were getting canceled, were losing their livelihood because the platform didn't like what they were saying and people were getting canceled. or they were getting their monetization removed. Okay. So not only was YouTube not taking 30% at the time, but they were taking enough that they were like, well, we're going to up that. And then they took away, just randomly. They're like, oh, you didn't follow our rules, which are vague and nobody really knows what they are, even though they say they have them printed and you can easily read them. It's very vague. But content creators have learned that you can't say the word murder. You can't, oh, I just did. You can't say the word RAPE. You can't say that word. Or uh, ABUSE. You can't say these words or you're going to get demonetized. Even though uh, legacy news channels, programming, um, were allowed to say all those words, and they were fine. So the content creators would go to Patreon's platform and say, if you want to support my work, come here. You can still post the videos there, or you can have it linked to your YouTube so people who pay for access or to support you um, on Patreon would get to see your work anyway. But the people who would normally give you super chats or normally be a member or whatever, support you on YouTube, could do that free of being canceled or free of being demonetized. So Patreon has been like the savior platform for a lot of conservative YouTubers. So there you go. And they're still around and they're still doing that for, I mean, you don't have to be conservative. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, but they were welcoming and didn't toss people out for their thoughts. They weren't the thought police like YouTube and other platforms were being the thought police at the time. A little bit less now because Elon bought Twitter. I think that as much as I don't agree with a lot of things that he says or does, and I don't agree with most people on everything they say or do, but I'm glad he did that. I'm glad he did that. What are we talking about? You're not blocked. I didn't block you. I blocked no one. Where are we talking? I missed that. Anyway, oh, Crazy Joe. Okay. So anyway, there's I don't know how long Patreon's been around, but that's when I learned about Patreon back in 2015. Well, it's been a few years, and I never thought that I would ever like see if I can get anybody to support me. Nobody needs to support me really, but I just thought I'd build it anyway, see what happens, because maybe I'll get monetized, maybe I never will. But people enjoy my videos, which I almost have 600 videos. Did you guys see that? I'm gonna have 600 by this summer for sure. I think in 2004, I decided I was going to make a video a day, and that's what happened. That was a lot of fun, though. Oh, who over there? Yeah, it seems like it was just the other day to me. but it was a long, long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. See, is there any videos I missed? I hope I got them all. Okay, I think I got them all. I have seen them. Yep, and we did find out who they belong to. The new guy. Did I tell you guys that? The new guy who bought the house two doors down. I think his name is Richard. Could be wrong. Um, and they're the ones that bought the house for 580. Was it 589? It was a lot. And they only have half the land that I have. That's nuts. Um, and our we have not met them. We've never spoke to them. We've spoke to like one of his daughter's boyfriends or something, and he would come around, and we know when he was here because is he would be playing um some really loud music with a bass, you know? Boom, 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 boom. And we hear our windows rattling, and we're like, that is unnecessarily loud. I know he wants to ruin his own ears, but it would be late at night when he would do that. Like, mm-mm. So when he came down the road one day, we were outside, and we heard him coming before he even got here. And then he would drive really slow, so it would take him forever to pass my house. My husband just stood in the road and made him stop and said, that's very disrespectful what you're doing, not just to yourself, but to all the neighbors around here. He goes, I don't live here. And he's like, where are you going? He said, oh, I'm just going right there to see my girl. And he's like, then yeah, you kind of live here, so be respectful. And he kept doing it for, I don't know, a couple weeks, months. And honestly, I haven't heard him in months, so I don't know if they broke up or what. But have his dogs running around wild like that, I guess is shouldn't surprise me. I guess I don't know. Find the dogs, but they're on my cameras again. Or turkey, deer. I can start seeing the pregnant females. We got a couple of turkeys, not a whole lot, but I have noticed the coyotes out during the day hunting. So I guess her pups have been born, so he's probably out and about trying to find dinner. Did I tell you guys about my cat the other day? It's Mr. Acute. He had enough of their shit. We're in the house. It's warm, so we have the big slider open. We're on the dining room table having dinner. We hear this ungodly screaming, like a baby. We're like, oh my god, what's that? And there's one of my big black cats with a baby rabbit. It's a good sized rabbit, but it's still a young rabbit in his mouth, and it's just screaming its little head off. And he's like, look what I got. Yum. Hilarious. I got more owl video. I had that one daytime raccoon. Probably not good. My other neighbor's dogs, but I don't care if his dogs are over. I have a random cat that comes by. I also have somebody's. Yes, and they eat them. They eat them whole when they're babies. But when they're adults, um, it's a little harder for them to get through the skull, but they will eat it, except for the tail. And sometimes they'll leave the big back legs. But those cats will eat the whole damn rabbit. They're great hunters. Not all of them. Some of them are really good. Yeah, I haven't made any Outback camera videos, but I have all the critters. You know who I haven't seen? I haven't seen any fox lately. Yeah, but that's way out back on our property. I generally don't see all these critters up close to the house, except for those random dogs. I don't mind if the jerky come and eat. So they'll clean up under the bird feeders. They'll clean up all the seed that everybody else missed. I kind of like. You never get all of it, all of it. I'll still have some growing. Okay, where's that damn dog? There is this one cat that comes to visit, and I haven't seen him in a while, but he's a long haired cat. Does anybody have any long haired cats? They're prone to matting if you don't brush them, and therefore I cannot have any because I cannot be bothered. But there is one that comes by and visits my property, and I hadn't seen him for months. But he's like a cream colored. It's like white and orange, but a really soft cream with like super long hair, super long cat fur or whatever. And he wears a collar, so I know he belongs to somebody. I hadn't seen him in a while, and I'm like, oh, he's dead. And I think he was on one of these cameras. I'm like, holy crap, he's not dead. But I don't know where he is. Maybe it's out here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's so big and floofy. Look at this cat. You guys see him? I don't know if you can see him. Watch that. Watch this face. And he's out in the rain. He's out in the rain. Out in the rain. Bastard. And I think he's a boy because I've seen him pee on things. It's just a short little video. That's crazy. It's my neighbor's dog. I don't mind that. This is a coyote. Yeah. They're very busy. What do we got here? Turkey. Deer. 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 Oh, there's old Moldy. It's a tortoiseshell cat. I don't know whose cat that is either. Also a little boy cat. Comes around and pisses on everything. Wants to fight my cats. I'm not a fan. Not a fan, not a fan, not a fan. Alright. Yeah, the pointer. It's great. I love it so already. It's already my bestie. I was thinking that I would put a pumpkin on the end here because I have a couple cute little pumpkins. I'm kind of liking the pointer. Kind of like it. Alright, so I've got my pumpkin how-to video. Guess I should get this removed. Good? Am I good? Did I do it? Did I do it right? So this is the little thing that I use to transfer my videos from my phone to my computer. So I still have an older phone, so that's not a USB-C. It's what is that called? Light? I don't know what that's called. Lightning and then USB. So this thing holds, I think, 256 gigabytes, and so that's how I get my videos and pictures from my phone to the computer. Because this is not my computer. Not my computer. Tappity tap tap tap. Not my computer. It's my husband's computer. I'm not supposed to be hogging it up with all my crap. Because this is where he makes his videos, which are private family ski videos that he makes. They're a lot fancier production than mine. Mine are Fast and Furious, and his are. He uses a lot of copyrighted music and stuff, so I don't put it online. That, and it's all about our family, and it's private. Sorry, I have a lot of cats. My autistic child loves cats, and therefore we have cats. So, this should have been a middle finger. I bet I could get one. That would be rude. No, not a good idea. Second thought. My dog loves everybody. It's probably not a good thing. Went outside the other day and she was inside the UPS driver's truck. She came out with a big old milk bone in her mouth, and I went, "Oh, okay. Your new best friend." And then I had these horrible thoughts because there's a trial going on right now about a man. Wasn't he a USP driver, UPS driver, whatever, you know what I mean? And he had abducted a 7-year-old, molested, and killed her. Sorry to bring us all down, but I think his trial is going on right now. Not that somebody would do that to my dog, but it would be easy to drive off with her because she loves everybody. TV's going on a commercial. It might be funny. Maybe I can get take this one off and replace it when I feel like it. Yeah. My dog has only barked at one person, and I thought he looked like a regular, Amazon driver or whatever. Somebody was coming here to deliver something, and she was just like all bristled up, and he was like, "It's okay, she's okay." And she's like, "Hell no, I hate you." And I'm like, what the hell has gotten into my dog who loves everybody? So I don't know, maybe he was a pedophile. Maybe she was just letting me know. Oh, I'm off. My TV is gone. I've lost me. I'll watch myself again. I'm giving you another view on my computer, Henry. Unless he left already. He's still playing right there. Aggressive tapping. Go watch Henry's live. Okay, so I think Henry likes to go live first, and then it's Oak, and then it's Critter, and then and sometimes Jasmine does the same time as Henry. I think they do like a dinner time, right? You do like a dinner time just before dinner time. I mean, in Eastern Standard Time, dinner time, and kind of the lineup. I haven't watched Jasmine lately. Generally around dinner time, I'm running around doing dinner stuff. Yeah, ever since she did, she was cooking. I got that one, then I didn't see the one where she was painting. I kind of popped in, popped out that day, and I don't think I saw another one lately. What I should do in the summer is go outside and just try to do a live. I think it's boring when you don't interact, though. I think people lose interest when you're not talking to them. I think the more you talk to people, the better your life is. You know, I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Jasmine is so cute too, so I think she should do pretty well. People like pretty girls. All I have is my melons as critters. And my giant one. Probably take this thing off. Get out of it right now. So this is one of my new toys. I have more. I have silly toys. Did you not see my costume? Did you not see my thumbnail, Will? I think Critter said that because he's like, I don't know who started it, but it might have been Critter. I did say I had a pumpkin costume, and I do. It's not my only one, though. Not my only pumpkin costume. I have others. I like pumpkins. So, no, I would probably get blown away. It is pretty warm, though. It's just made out of felt or something, you know? I bet you can probably still buy this costume somewhere. Yes, we are. We're watching Henry. We're watching Henry. I'm giving him another view. I watched him earlier, but this is not my channel. This is one of my other channels. Another channel. So you can't give someone two views from the same channel. You can't. So you have to watch either from your TV and don't log in, or from your iPad and don't log in, or from your computer and don't log in, or log into another account, and then that way you can make a like and you can make a comment. I have like 8 other channels. And one of them is like 19 years old. I had no idea. That's right. Also, I'm watching myself. We're there. Yeah. It's Inception. It's Pumpkin Inception. What? No. That's showing up as some weird symbol, Henry. It's a weird symbol and it says pale. I don't know what that means. What's going on anymore? Oh my gosh, it's already after 1. How did that happen? Also, I had to edit my collage. I should probably edit it again. So for Patreon, the parameters for your images are smaller, just so you know. Smaller. They tell you what size. That's helpful. But I should probably close that. It's going to say, do you want to save it? No. Hell no, don't be saving it. Oh, the video of my daughter. One of my very first videos, 22 seconds long. And that's before I found out you can get rid of the CapCut ending. They always put a CapCut ending on there. You can delete that crap. No offense, CapCut, but it had to go. What is that squeaking? I think my costume squeaked. What's this? Hello? Hello? Oh, interesting. You guys want to see a little sneak peek of my garden bed for the pumpkin patch? Want to see it? Do you want to see it? Mm, I'll make it bigger. Ready? Are you ready? That's water. That's terrible. That's so wet. It washed away a lot of stuff. Oh, holy crap, look at all the rain. It's 4.5 inches of rain. That's crazy. Oh god. Anyway, so that's what I'm dealing with. Then it subsided a bit. This is the hole I dug right here. Here. Right here. This is the hole I dug to put in the heating cables. What? Heating cables? Yeah, this is like 2 feet deep here, and it's only like a foot deep on this little end. This is before I dug the rest of this out. But I started digging this and found this huge root in here. You can barely make it out, probably. And it's like an inch and a half thick, so that root is about this thick, actually. And I'm like, that's from the mulberry tree that's way, way over there. So I was going to cut that out. And then it started raining, and I looked at the radar, and it was going to rain for the next day. So I'm like, help. So we ran in the house, and that's why we had this problem where it's, this giant puddle. So then I got the idea of covering it so it would keep the rain out. So I put these cattle panels over it with these 2x4s, treated 2x4s. and some other ones, scraps. And then I put this tarp over it, and it turned out like this after I put the heating cables in. Heating cables. And filled the hole back up after it had a couple of days where it dried down a bit, and my husband helped me refill this, and then we covered this back up. And I plugged it in, and it's set to 80 degrees to warm this up at the 2-foot depth. I had to re-dig down here another foot. But yeah, this is my where the pumpkin will probably start right here. And I'll probably start 2 in here. We'll see which one is the healthiest, which one I'm going to go with. I just don't have room for 2 in this patch. But on the other end, right, so as you're looking down here, right back here is another pumpkin patch. No heating cables back there. None. It's a little more shaded. There's a giant oak tree here on this side, a bunch of poplars and black walnuts, which are terrible, over on this side. And on this side, oh, look at the river. There's a big lake back here, a lake here. This is a cherry tree and some pine trees. I have too many damn trees. Too close to the garden. So, and then this is my little, there's 4 apple trees here. It's my little orchard. And then I have these posts here that I'm going to run wires across and try and do an espalier, so I don't take up a whole bunch of space with those apple trees. So I've got to prune them and then bend their branches down slowly. After a couple of years, they'll stay. And then this is my rain gauge that went to, and then I dumped it out and we got like 3 more inches. Crazy. Right? Black walnut is the bane of my existence. I cannot stand it. There's a little bit of a video. A little bit of it. Edit. I'm gonna be editing these. Wow, what's going on with the light? It's dark. It's light. It's dark. It's light. It's weird. I'm doing that. I don't know. E for Cocoa Puffs. So, me and my bad skin before the pointer. Not filing my nails. Look at that skin. Can you see how bad my skin is? Terrible. So yes, the pointer was necessary. What we got here? Oh, that's something. Boring. These are all videos, so I will be changing the direction and then doing some editing. So they're not going to be all portrait. I wonder if I can turn them here. Well, do you like me? Let me turn them here. Uh-oh. I have to figure out how to do that. In Apple. Quick action. Oh, I can rotate it. There we go. Rotate. Just thinking about it. Did I tell you the story of how a black walnut tried to kill me? Hmm. There we go. Okay, now I just have to do that with all of them. All right, you want to hear it? Okay. Here's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm out in the front yard gardening. That means it's hot, you're sweaty, sunny out. My husband is mowing. He's got the little tractor we mow on a case tractor. Um, so it's got like three blades or something. And I am weeding out the front garden and mulching, weeding and mulching. It's a very dirty job, which I love. Don't get me wrong. And then as he's coming by, passing me, um, I I bend down near this split rail fence that we purely decorative split rail fence. Very pretty. We liked it. Put it up to surround the rose bed. And I bend down to do some more weeding and I hear whack! I feel something pass me by. I sit up and above me where the split rail is, it's got a big old hole in it. There's a black walnut. My husband had mowed it and that mower shot it at me and nearly took my head off. Holy shit. Black walnuts. Super deadly. I mean, they're baseballs. They're like baseballs. A line drive to the head with a baseball. No, thank you. I didn't know I had to wear a hard hat while I'm gardening. Crazy. That is how a black walnut tried to kill me. I'm so glad I was weeding. And after that, anytime he was coming around, I would just get the hell out of that area. I just didn't trust that tractor to not try and kill me with some black walnuts. And those damn squirrels, they're planting them everywhere. I am pulling up black walnuts out of my beds, out of my flower beds. They're terrible. Because if they get established in there, they will kill my roses. Terrible. Terrible trees. They poison everything and make life terrible and sucky and no fun. Now, I guess what I should have done is embraced the black walnut trees and started a black walnut tree farm or some shit. But I did not do that. I had other dreams, and I guess I'm just fighting against nature at this point. Oh my god. I'm telling you, those black walnuts, they're out to get us. It, mm, this is doing. Okay, one more. I'm rotating all of my videos before I put them in the editor. Gosh, my skin looks terrible in these things. Just not gonna care. I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna care. Can almost care. Not not all the way turned yet. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Nice. That's good. Death to the black walnuts. Unfortunately, my whole property is covered in them. Can't really readily escape them. I try. I think my garden was full of them in the corner. where the shed is, just behind the shed is another giant black walnut tree. It's just terrible for the garden, of course. So we girdled it, and it's been a few years since we girdled it, and that son of a bitch is still alive. I'm like, how? How can you still be alive? Hmm. Okay. Nope. Alright. This is good to know. Yeah. I need to turn all of these. Who knew? I guess this would have been way easier if I had turned him in my phone first. Dope, dope, dope. Is that good enough? Yes. Okay. Alright. That'll work. Is that a movie? Oh, yeah. Fortunately, I did that in portrait and not in landscape. Damn it. Alright, let me see if I can make this one landscape too because it needs to fit. Will that look dumb? Yeah, it almost looks upside down. Let's turn it again. Wow. Good thing you got out of the chair. Yeah, the squirrels like to make black walnut babies because they're so damn forgetful. They got little pea brains. They can't remember where they put their nuts. Oh, that sounds like a fun toy. Oh, yeah, turn it one more time, I think. Pay attention. Okay. Does it look weird? Oh no, that looks really good. Okay, good. Phew. Have you ever tried to record something with your phone and you thought you had it in either, portrait or landscape, and then when you looked at it later, you're like, that's not the way I thought I recorded it? It happens. And so I can change it. I didn't know. Here I do touch my soil. I'm touching the dirt. I'm touching the dirt. Touchy, touchy, touchy. Okay. That looks really funny. Sped up like that looks kind of funny. Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna turn that. Hopefully this will work. I might have to go all the way around. I have to go all the way around. Yes, now it looks like it's upside down. It looks dumb. It looks really dumb now. Super dumb. How come it doesn't give me the option to turn it left or right? Just only left. Oh, okay. This looks good. Yeah, that'll work. Nice. Oh, it's nice and clear. So I found out that I can change the settings on my phone to record in like 4K, 60 FIPS, whatever that means, which I guess it makes it look so crisp and you can see all the little skin imperfections. It's my favorite. Now it's upside down. Dang it. One more time. Ta-da! Okay. And there's all my babies. Quack, what is it that you put on there? Is my phone needing to update? Because that symbol. Do you have an iPhone or do you have a Samsung or a Google phone? It looks like Japanese writing, so I'm wondering if you're using an emoji that my phone doesn't recognize because they don't speak the same language. Could be wrong. Squirrel gravy sounds pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense because I have my brother only uses Samsung because he thinks iPhones are the devil. Okay, so whatever, and that's fine. And so when he texts me, everything that comes over is like usually mangled, and I think they do that intentionally because they could definitely use the same symbols and they can definitely use the same emoji language, but they just choose not to, just to piss me off. I'm sure. Alright, so I got some great videos coming. I just need to do the editing. But I've got them all, I think, got them all straight. Looking how to. There's Henry giving us the shit right there. Aggressive tapping. It's the best. Everybody's gonna want one. You can get your own. You can get it. I mean, it came white. This part came white. You can get different color handles, and I definitely wanted an orange handle because I knew it was going to be my pumpkin pointer. And I thought, I'll just take this part off and put a pumpkin on there and just use the pumpkin. But then I got to thinking, I'll just paint the hand orange. It's funny, he only has like 4 fingers. I guess that's so you can't give somebody the middle finger, right? All right, it's 1:37. Kids should probably go to bed. I have to get up. I have to be somewhere. Speak it English. I'm sure it's just Apple refusing to permit anybody to communicate unless they really want everybody just to buy their shit. And hey, when they decided that um, their text colors were going to be different, like they're going to make, if you talk to another iPhone, the text bubbles are all going to be blue. And if you talk to a Samsung, it's going to be this green color. I think they did that intentionally just to make everybody say, hey, we should all just have blue text bubbles. Which I think is, stupid. It makes me think that they do that with other things too, like the emojis. And when my brother tries to send me videos, they always end up like thumbnail versions. And I tell him make it shorter, and it could just be 10 seconds long, and it'll still be like a thumbnail that Apple will allow. And I'm like, thanks, Apple. Maybe they are satanic. I don't know. I started off with a pager. I think my husband had a pager, and then we got Nextels, and I think his kids had the Razor flip phones because I think Nokia and everything was out. And those were gauche, and um, he didn't want any because he worked construction. He doesn't want anything that would break, and those flip phones were very delicate. And I think his son went through a couple of them. So we got Nextels. I don't know if you guys remember those, but those were the shit. They were indestructible, and they had push to talk, so you could just immediately push a button and um, talking to somebody. And I think that was kind of fun. And then after a little while, they said, "Oh no, we can't let you have that. We're going to take that away and you're going to have something better." What's better than that? Nothing. You guys are crazy. I loved it. We had a friend in Hawaii, and we're here in Michigan, and we could just push that button and immediately talk to our friend, which was cool because we can keep track and say hi. And it was a little intrusive because you could beep somebody and they can decide to take the beep or not. I think this, if I remember properly, probably not something like that. So you couldn't just like immediately beep and just start talking, because that person could be in church or in the bathroom, at a doctor's appointment, who knows. So that would be too intrusive. But they said, well, we're gonna oh, Henry, what happened to you? We're gonna exchange that for something better. And that's when they were talking about texting. And I said, so instead of just talking, I'm gonna have to type shit out. For people who are spelling challenged, like me, uh, texting has been not as easy as it sounds. As you can see in my chats, often spelling things wrong. So all the Nextels were like pretty much canceled. I mean, they just shut that off. I don't know how that's possible, but that was the greatest thing, I thought. I don't know if you guys had any. Hi, Amanda. Who's quiet? I'm always quiet. I mean, it's a quarter to 2 a.m. Shh. Quiet. Let's be respectful of those who are trying to sleep. Colt has done nothing wrong ever in his entire life. Me too. Completely innocent. This is my new toy. You're getting the finger. You're number one. It's my aggressive tapper. My aggressive pointer when I need to point to things like don't forget to watch Henry is live. Don't forget. Got it? Don't make me bring the pointer out. I will anyway. Oh. Hmm. I noticed that some words YouTube won't let go through, even if they're just perfectly fine words. Like I was talking earlier about content creators and why Patreon became a thing and people got canceled, but instead of, telling us what the actual rules are because they're slippery. It's a slippery slope of rules for YouTube, and their guidelines. Um, we've noticed that if you're watching a um, YouTuber who is a content creator and does a certain genre and they use words like RAPE or KILL or words similar, if there has been a crime or something and they're talking about the latest news or a shooting, um, you can't say those words. But if you are from the legacy media, which they are pushing on YouTube, I don't know if you've seen that ABC, NBC, CNN, all that garbage, even Fox garbage, which owned by the same people, so they're all lefty liberal lunatics. I don't watch any of that stuff, but they push it on YouTube. They're allowed to say all the no words. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because they pay to be on YouTube. They pay the money. And if they make the rules, which I think they do, they don't want anybody else to be able to report news because you want to get paid, right? So the legacy media will not pay you to do it better than them. All right, that's my conspiracy theory, and I'm sticking to it. Grocery shopping. Where do you live, Amanda? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Aggressive tapping. I did see the toilet seat guy. That's insane. Do you see how many people give him money? I feel like I lose brain cells if I spend any time watching him. I'm right. Most often. It sounds kooky, but what I did was I looked up the previous president director of YouTube and I watched a bunch of her interviews. She did interviews with special people that she employed through Google and ABC. Or Alphabet is who owns Google. Okay, so that's who she worked for. And she admitted that YouTube has never made a dime. And their goal, while she was CEO or whatever, was to have fewer independent content creators and to allow only legacy media and have this become a news legacy media outlet for all of them. Then she stepped down because I think God gave her cancer and then she died. I don't know. That's my guess how it went. And she did have another interview where she was really pissed off that her children were watching conservative content creators. And she said, I really think we need to get rid of them off the platform. And there was a lot of canceling going on and demonetization. And the the people who are paying for anything is Alphabet, really, because YouTube has never turned a profit. Where have you it what time is it? 5:46 p.m. Where the hell are you? Oh, New Zealand. Oh, I love New Zealand. I watch a content creator from New Zealand. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Maybe. It's Marty T. Marty, Marty. Last well, the other letter is just a letter T. Just the letter T. Marty T. And um pretty quiet YouTube channel. Pretty good size. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he flies drones over his beautiful area, and I think he likes to live sort of off grid. He did move into town when his kids went to school, though. So, him and his wife, and I think two kids. Anyway, he fixes machinery, boats, motors. I don't know why I love that kind of stuff, but I do. And I watch a lot of it. And not Andy T, Marty T is in a very beautiful area. Check him out if you haven't. I don't know why I got turned on to him. Probably because I was watching the farmers, and then from the farmers, I found somebody named Diesel Creek, and then you know how the algorithm works. I just shut all that crap off. Stop sending me people that I want to watch all the time. Let me try and find them myself instead of you pushing certain people on me. It's really weird. They just love that. I think when the internet became a thing and we got our first computer in 2000, and the search engine Google at that time became a thing shortly thereafter, and you could search things and you can get a wide range of answers to your queries, but not anymore. No, they only let you see what they want you to see. It's very annoying. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but some of his like scenery where he takes his drone up and he had fixed a boat and he takes his boat out and the cliffs and the water, and it's just so beautiful. And I'm like, you live in fairyland, sir. But you might not like all that engine fixing stuff that he does. But he's really good at what he does. And I have an ongoing joke. Even though he's a pretty good sized channel, he will respond to commenters. Um, I said, if ever the zombie apocalypse comes upon us, I'm going to his house and we're going to become besties. That man knows how to do stuff. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Did I tell you that Wednesday is my daughter's birthday? Earth Day is her birthday. Yeah. Who is bashful? Is Amanda bashful? I think you have to be if you're from New Zealand. It's a prerequisite. Everybody there is humble and bashful. Yeah. It's just freshly Tuesday. All right. A couple more minutes and then I gotta go. It's evil, isn't it? Yes, thank you very much. She wants to go to Japan. I failed her again this year. Did not get her to Japan. Should do that before I can no longer fly or do anything. She wants to go to Japan. I'm not gonna learn that language though before. It would be so hard. Well, I appreciate you stepping in, Amanda. What? It's dinner time, right? Gotta make dinner. Did you see my costume? How did you like my thumbnail? I think Critter came in the beginning. Yeah, I think Japan would be pretty cool. She's right. That would be a very interesting place to go. We watch a man on YouTube. Um, his channel is Abroad in Japan. I think his last name is Broad, something like that. Anyway, I think he's from Britain or England or London. I don't know. So he's got that going for him, that cool accent. And of course, being a ne'er do well, Britner, he didn't know what he was going to do with his life. So he saw an ad somewhere that said, "You want to teach English in Japan?" And they still have this program, and they will pay for your lodging, and pay you to teach English, even though you're not a teacher. You don't have any teaching credentials, and they'll fly you to Japan, and you can teach students English and live in a tiny little apartment, probably some um, tiny town. And so that's what he started doing. And then he just started videotaping it and putting it on YouTube of like what he was doing. And then he was very clever and very snarky. And he did a really great job. I don't know how many million followers does he have now? A lot. And he doesn't do the teaching gig anymore. I think he did it for like 3 years, and now he's just 100% a YouTuber. And I've seen other YouTubers that I followed that did other things, becoming teachers of English in Japan. Interesting. It's a thing. When are they not having an earthquake and a tsunami? That's my question. It's like every year some of that's going down. Now your oldest daughter is too smart for her own good. Definitely smarter than me. I think that's like one of the hardest languages. I would think Mandarin, yeah, Japanese. Yeah. He does tell it like it is though. He says now that he's not really a citizen, but he's part part of their community, so he is held up to the same laws as the citizens. So he has to have a yearly physical by the government, and they decide if you are overweight or not. Um, and they decided that he was too fat, and they put him on a diet so he couldn't buy certain foods anymore, and he had to go to the gym. That was forced upon him through the government. I mean, we don't have that. And then there's something called a social credit score that he has to follow. So if you're on a bus or a train or you take a cab, um, you will get a rating for what kind of passenger you were, and you get points or minus points that goes on your social credit score. And if you do poorly, you're not permitted to go certain places, and you will be scrutinized more. You will get a visit from the government. Depends on how bad it gets. Um, so there's that. I mean, we don't have that. But if you're just a visitor, I mean, you should at least be polite. Like, their trains are very quiet. Nobody plays their music out loud. Nobody is on their phone talking. And those are just things they do not appreciate. And it's part of their social credit score. If you do the break those rules and you're a citizen, you get judged. I think if you're a visitor, you're going to get a lot of dirty looks and people are going to tell you to stop it, but in a gentle and kind way. Oh, I got one more minute and I have to get going. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to my pumpkin talk. I appreciate it. Look for my next new video. Probably not going to come out until later tomorrow. Hope everything goes well with the dentist tomorrow. Yeah, probably not. Not a fan, but I'm going and they're going to do more drilling because my teeth are all over a bunch of rotten garbage. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Love y'all. Have a good night, morning, and all that. Take care. See you soon. Support one another. Thank you very much. Bye. Clapping for you because you guys are so great. Support one another. Love it. Night, everybody. Thank you.